I get it. I get it. So you don't want to do content creation online. You want high-end coaching clients to find you quickly without you going on Google and writing articles or doing blog posts or posting to YouTube because you think it's throwing spaghetti at the wall. I get it. And you don't want to find high-end coaching clients because you think it's chasing Easter eggs, and they're not Easter eggs. I agree. High-end coaching clients are not Easter eggs, so we don't have to go find them. We become lighthouses with our offers and they find us. I got you. I got you. Oh no, like it's hard? Yeah. Oh, so you want to get to the point in your coaching business where you don't even have to market and sell your coaching offers and they just jump into it. Oh wow, okay. Well, I have this simple streamlined method that I call BOPA that you can use to do just this. So I'm gonna dive into that right now, okay? Got you. You're welcome. Okay, so there are coaches out there who know for sure they are not into online content creation, and I completely understand. Not everyone wants to be on Google writing articles or doing blog posts. Not everyone wants to do YouTube videos. A lot of people think, well, you know, I'm making 7 figures, I'm making 8 figures. Why should I throw spaghetti at the wall with a YouTube video? I'm going to dive into how high-end coaching clients can find you without you generating massive content online or try to grow some massive audience when you can just BOPA, which is borrow other people's audience. Okay? So how does BOPA support you to sell your high-ticket coaching offers? How does BOPA support you to be found, to be a lighthouse that attracts, so you don't go finding high-end coaching clients like they're a bunch of Easter eggs? How does that work? Before I get into that, I want to distinguish something when it comes to coaches who say, I don't want to market and sell my coaching offers. I just want high-end coaching clients to show up and jump into it because it's a no-brainer. Why should I have to show up and sell? Why should I do a Facebook Live? Why should I do a YouTube video? Why should I write a blog post? They need to know this is good for them and they should just jump into the offer. So this is what I call an entitlement syndrome, okay? It's where you feel like because you think your offer is a no-brainer, the high-end coaching client just needs to jump into it already and you don't have to lift a finger. You have a divine, God-given responsibility, okay? It is a responsibility and it is an opportunity. It is a gift where you get to share the gifts that God has given you with the people that you're here to serve with those offers. And this is what marketing is simply all about. There's no drama, there's no extra. It's just sharing the gifts God has given you so people know where to find those offers. That's it. So we have a duty, a responsibility, an obligation, and the joy of sharing that on whatever medium you choose. And I get it. It does not have to be online and you don't have to create content for that. But let's not use the no-brainer thing because that creates entitlement and that repels high-end coaching clients. The second part about this is that we can choose to not market and sell if we use BOPA. And I'm going to show you how today, okay? But before I go into BOPA, I want to draw your attention to a video I did where I talked about the no-brainer syndrome, okay? The entitlement syndrome. It's in the high ticket sales seduction series, and I'm going to put the link in the description below. I'm also going to put the link in the description to my video called 8 Proven Ways to Create High-End Coaching Client Leads who buy or invest in your high-ticket coaching offers, because in that video, I dive into the strategies of BOPA, how to use BOPA, when to use BOPA, and specific tactics and tips for using BOPA to attract high-end coaching clients into your coaching business. Today's video is going to talk about the different ways that I use BOPA, that my clients use BOPA, and how you too can apply BOPA and never have to market or sell in this lifetime. So the first BOPA, borrowing other people's audience, is referrals. But I'm not going to dive into referrals because it's in the lead video that I'm putting in the description below. But something I want to say about referrals that nobody talks about. There are 2 kinds of referrals: word of mouth referral, which we all know, and there's online referral, where someone sends your YouTube video or something to a person and they Google you. And even if it's not a YouTube video, if somebody says to me, oh, I have a great dentist, I Google that person. So that at some point in your business, you need to show up on Google in a way that allows me to know that you are sharing value on Google so I can see that you are being consistent online and offline, okay? In this day and age, there needs to be some footprint on Google for people to know you actually exist. Okay, so that's referral. I got off my soapbox. The number one way that I use BOPA is podcast. I don't have a podcast and I have no interest in starting a podcast, but I get invited to a lot of podcasts to talk about high ticket sales. So do you have something, a skill in your coaching business that you are great at? And if you're a high ticket coach and you're working with high-end coaching clients, or you want to attract high-end coaching clients, I know there's something that you're the best at in a very specific niche. What do you specialize in? Okay, because that is what brings you onto somebody else's podcast. They've curated the audience. Maybe it's 100 people, maybe it's 200, or maybe 5,000, or even 10,000 or 100,000 people in the audience. And now you get to show up as a leader, as an expert, as the authority in that space to share what you know. When I show up, I always talk about high ticket sales, and I make it perfect for whatever audience I'm speaking to. It's maybe talking about the 5 powerful questions to ask in a sales conversation. Maybe it is how to price your coaching offers so you can manifest, so you can do high ticket sales. And sometimes it's basically how to sell high ticket coaching offers with confidence and conviction. All right, without a script, and knowing that what you have is the best they're going to get. Because the thing with high ticket sales, when I show up in the podcast, is to let the audience think that high ticket sales was their idea in the first place. Okay? That investing in that high ticket coaching offer was their idea in the first place. So what I do is I have a conversation, or what I call a signature talk, and I tailor it to the audience that I'm going to talk to. And the podcast host asks me questions, I respond, and I share 5 tips, 5 strategies, or 5 ways to do a certain thing within high ticket sales. I also talk about pricing, about marketing, and more specifically, messaging high ticket coaching offers. So my entire specialty, what I specialize in, is high ticket, whether it's messaging, marketing, or sales. And that is how I show up in podcasts. So how do you want to show up in the podcast? Because here's what happens. The audience trusts the podcast host. The podcast host trusts you. So now they know you because you show up. They like you because they connect with you, this human to human, and they trust you because their host trusts you. So you don't have to create a know, like, and trust. It is implicit in that podcast relationship. You give them value, you show them how that value can transform what they're working on, whether it's in their health, their relationship, or their business, and then you share how they can connect with you more. Maybe it's your offers, maybe it's a PDF they get to download, maybe they get on your email list, maybe you tell them what you're selling at that time so they can jump on a sales conversation with you. It's one of the quickest ways to show up and sell high ticket coaching offers without you marketing and selling, because the podcast host becomes a sales page for your coaching business. What is the second way that I do this? And that is me teaching in somebody's mastermind, or a coaching program, or training in their Facebook group on social media. And what expertise do you have in your coaching business? What do you specialize in? Because the market pays attention to specialization, and the market pays for specialization. So if you have that and you work with high-end coaching clients, how can you support your colleagues? Maybe you have mindset expertise. Can you teach mindset work in somebody's coaching program or in their mastermind? Can you show up and support somebody else, maybe a relationship coach with weight loss for brides, in their Facebook group? Like, what do you coach on? What do you specialize in? And what is your audience? Can you show up and support another coach in their own business so that you have access to their clients, to their audience and their clients, and you share value with them, and implicitly you get clients from that because they know you, now they like you, now they trust you, their coach likes you and trusts you, and it's implicit. They get that relationship with you, they got value from you, and they jump into sales conversations with you, or join your email list, or download your PDFs. So what do you know? And how do you do it? Showing up in other people's audience supports you to practice your skill. You go deeper. Every time I go on a podcast and talk about high ticket sales, I'm going deeper in my mastery. So I get better at it, and I get better at sharing how I can support people. I get better at giving value without expecting that this is going to turn into anything but a relationship. So what is the third thing? The third thing is what I call doing presentations or signature talks, okay? I have what I call the high ticket profit explosion workshops. And I let other coaches know, hey, look, I do this high ticket profit explosion workshop where I show you how to 10x your profits, maximize your impact, and show up and be the best coach in your niche, in that area, and the leader and authority in your space, okay? Then I deliver this workshop. It's 45 minutes or maybe 50 minutes or maybe 25 minutes, depending on the audience, to that audience. It's already a curated audience. They trust their host. I'm invited to give value. They see the value. The coaches see how they can double their impact. They can 10x their profits while they're working less and making more money and adding 20 hours back to their week and looking and feeling better than they ever have in their lifetime. Of course, they're excited. So they jump into a sales conversation with me for supernatural or for love letters, or maybe they invest in a high ticket profit explosion workshop. And that is how I do the signature talks or workshops. So what workshop can you host? Maybe it's a 20-minute workshop, and let your colleagues know that you're doing this. Let your clients know that you're doing this. Maybe you work with attorneys. You can let law firms know, hey, I'm doing a workshop on burnout or self-care or whatever it is that you do. Maybe you work with accountants, and you can work with them on how to increase their ROI, on how to price their accounting offers into packages. Like whatever it is that you do, who do you support, and how can you create a workshop around what you do to show up with your signature talk and deliver that and have clients find your offers simply because you showed up? No marketing, no sales, okay? The next thing is speaking engagements. So you can go out there and look for speaking engagements so that you can stand in front of 1,000 potential high-end coaching clients who find your offers while you're on stage. For me, I was really, really blessed for my first speaking engagement. It was a high-ticket speaking engagement. It was the AICPA, and they were looking for someone to come in and train accountants, CPAs on high-ticket sales so they could be rainmakers in their coaching business. Well, here's the thing. They found me on Google. They Googled high-ticket sales for women, and then they found my YouTube videos. They found my blog. Then my YouTube videos got on my email list, and 2 weeks later emailed me and said, hey, we've watched all your videos. I had 11 crappy videos on my channel and 25 subscribers and 11 videos. They found my videos. They binge watched all of them. They were really crappy. They hired me. It was $25,000 to do this. I didn't go looking for that, simply because the lighthouse was there, the Easter egg was there, and they found it. It was their audience, okay? So how can you show up in spaces? Maybe it's organizations that you've been a part of. Maybe it's the Chamber of Commerce. Maybe it's hospitals. Maybe it's doctors. I don't know what kind of coach are you, a health coach, a life coach? Where do you show up and add value so that people see you human to human, fall in love with the offer, and know, I want that. Where has she been all my life? Okay? The other thing is joint ventures. When I was a spiritual life coach, I had a lot of partnerships with relationship coaches because it overlapped. I was a spiritual life coach for attorneys and for accountants, and they were relationship coaches for attorneys and accountants. And so we would exchange lead magnets where they would send my lead magnet for spiritual life, health, and faith growth, and all the things that were spiritual to their people, and I will send their relationship lead magnets to my group of people. Same audience, but we did not overlap in what we did. So how can you partner with someone in a joint venture to do the same thing? This is how high-end coaching clients find you quicker without you having to do blog posts and do all of the things. Because now they have a way to trust you, to know you, and to like you because you've shown up in their human space as a human, because their person trusts you. Now they know you, they like you, and they trust you. Let me know how this lands for you in this high ticket sales seduction series. I love this. And what you're going to do, which one of these ways are you going to use to bopa your business today and moving forward? It's been good having you.